Hi everyone! Happy Friday! I am back with another Reddit read that I'm really excited to share. Before I get into it, I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for all the engagement, all the new followers that have been coming to my page. We surpassed 500 followers recently, which to me is ridiculous, astronomical, and I'm just so grateful for all the new engagement, all the new individuals who have been coming to my page asking for the PDF of the friendliness versus flirting guide. And this is what I feel like I was put on this earth to do, and so I just feel as if I'm doing my life's purpose, and you guys are helping me achieve that. And so I'm so grateful. And so let's get into this Reddit reads. So the post that I have is from the r/autism subreddit from 2 years ago, and it's titled "Struggling to Initiate Sex When I'm So Nervous and Often Don't Want It." And this person is a 26 female with ASD fiance who is a 30 male without ASD, recently told me he feels unloved because we don't touch a lot and he always has to initiate sex. He asked me to start initiating, but that's incredibly difficult for me because I don't think about sex essentially ever. I love my partner and I'm very attracted to him, but I have essentially no sex drive. If anything, I'd probably put myself on the A spectrum somewhere, and sex is often very overwhelming to me. I've put parameters in place such as having sex in the dark, putting music on, etc., but my partner says that this feels limiting and further decreases the opportunities to have sex. I just don't know how to initiate when I never feel like having sex. I usually enjoy it when it happens, as long as I'm able to stay out of my head, though that is very difficult. And when I'm just a generally anxious person. Anytime I think about bringing it up, I get in my head that if we did have sex, I would not enjoy it because I'm stuck on the feeling of how awkward it could be. Any tips? This is hurting our relationship and my partner and I feel terrible. So to begin with, I am so sorry for the predicament that you're in. I'm so sad that you guys feel terrible and that this is a challenge that you're both facing, but I want to provide a little bit of praise, at least in the aspect that you obviously really love your partner for you to be posting this and for this to be a concern, because you're not only worrying about your own feelings, you're worrying about their feelings as well. And so that's an amazing character trait. And I also want to take a little bit of pressure off the situation in the sense that having differing sex drives is very typical, whether being neurodivergent or neurotypical. And so that's something that I've come across with a lot of couples that I've spoken with. And so having differing sex drives does not equate to you withholding sex or you not loving him enough. And so that's something that if I was seeing both of you, that's something that I would focus on trying to process with you. But then with the male partner, I also want to convey the idea that initiating sex and feeling love aren't the same thing. And though your fiance's hurt makes sense, I would love for him to try to start to separate the ideas of I want to be desired from I want to initiate sex the way that I want it. And so because of that, you've both expressed, or you specifically have expressed, that you love him and that you're attracted to him. And so I think it'd be reasonable for both of you to find some other forms of intimacy that works for both of you. And so also, I love your parameters. I think it reduces sensory overload. I think it allows for some predictability. And if anything, I understand your partner's sentiment of it potentially like decreasing moments of intimacy. But in my opinion, I would say that these parameters have been put in place because it helps you feel more comfortable and it actually increases the likelihood of having intimacy. And so if you were to remove that, I think it would actually decrease the amount of times that you potentially could have intimacy. Or if you were to initiate that intimacy, I don't think that you would necessarily feel as comfortable or as safe if you were to have the parameters in place. I would also just like to say that we need to move from I need to want to be spontaneously able to initiate sex to a shared system that works for both of you. And so, for example, initiating can look different, right? Maybe a romantic text, maybe a code word. Maybe if you're feeling it, directly say, I want to have sex, right? All these different things are forms of initiation without the stress of making a physical move. And another thing that you could do is that you could schedule sex, right? And so a lot of people think it's like a little robotic, kind of takes the spark out of it, but you could see from a different perspective that it actually puts something in place so that you can look forward to it, right? Oh my God, Friday is a special night. It's Tuesday, it's Wednesday, you can't wait for Friday, right? And so it actually not only allows for predictability, but it can actually kind of grow the intensity of want, right? And so it's something to look forward to, and that could be something that could be beneficial in your relationship. Lastly, I think using games or a menu of things to do tonight instead of an all or nothing perspective. And so what I mean by that is when you think of initiating intimacy, you think it's going to end in sex, right? That's a lot of people's mentality. And though that isn't always the case, you could cuddle, you could make out, there's other forms of intimacy outside of the all or nothing mentality. And so in order to try to like facilitate that, you could either have games, you could have dice, you could create a little menu and you could write down the things that you are comfortable with doing tonight, and then your partner could check off the things that he wants to do. And it's still intimacy, it's still connection, and it's adding a little spontaneity, but also it's giving parameters and predictability in the situation. In general, you're not failing at being spontaneous and initiating intimacy. It's a very hard skill that many people deal with. I wish all the best of luck to this couple, and I am, again, so grateful for everyone to be listening and to be watching my page. I hope you enjoyed this Reddit Reads on this Friday, and happy Pride Month, everybody. All right, see ya.